check. All right. Okay, so I had the crazy list from that when I asked you guys what's the stock picks, miners, and then I added some from that I was already following. Then I added some from Gold Ventures a little bit because he has a lot. I added some from a Plunger, Bert Koons. He had a nice report out. And then I started doing a podcast there going through all of them, but it was crazy. It was like over 140. It was just insane. So I trimmed it down. I did some pre-work. And I came out with miners. Okay, I put them in the red list. So I just put some tags. That list really went down. And then I really tried to focus because that primary list, there's a whole bunch of things you could do. Some were big caps, medium caps. Some were consolidating about to go to do all-time highs. Some it's like not because I didn't choose them that they're not great. What I try to focus is the next ones that are just about to break out that might even need to consolidate just a little bit more, but that are really, really little firecrackers like in the making, You're not buying. I try to choose some that weren't advanced too much, like not that the other ones didn't have more room to move, but I really try to choose some that early stages to really get a grasp of, try to catch them early. So I came out with a list, and then I started taking out some of them that were priced above $5 Canadian. So most of these, or all of these, are below $5 Canadian, and USD probably less. I think one or two are listed on the Australian Stock Exchange, maybe one on the American over-the-counter exchange. But here it is, guys. These are, it's just crazy because all this miners, junior miners, penny stocks, and I haven't really dabbled in that. Mostly I'm concentrated on the beginning of the precious metals. You go in the metals, then when to that you go in the JDX, then GDXJ. Remember, but they're like First Majestic and all that. The charts look great, or they're correcting, but because they were bigger, I took them out of this list, guys. So maybe in the next podcast, maybe I'll do one with North Star. We're going to combine our lists and maybe focus on those micro or those small penny stocks below $5, and then see the mid caps and the bigger ones, which ones are our top picks. All right, guys, enough wasting time. AOT, Ascot Resources. So here's how I judge them. I went Stan Weinstein style. So weekly chart, a good compromise between monthly and daily. Reduce noise, but at the same time, get a nice long-term picture. For those familiar with Stan Weinstein, he has a Mansfield relative strength. So I'm comparing against SILJ. I want to outperform SILJ because SILJ is the one that you want outperforming silver. And if you can't outperform SILJ, then might as well take SILJ, right? So that's the one that I put in the Mansfield relative strength. If we're in the green zone, we are above our inclining 30-week moving average and outperforming SILJ. So that gives you a lot of weight of evidence that if you're green or about to go green, you're actually in a stage 2, potentially in the stage 2 mode. Stan, often he recognized that when you broke out above the zero line, that was very bullish. So some of the charts I'm looking at, they might be below, but they're about to cross over zero, and that's where you want to be. Because a lot of the charts, some of the other charts I tried to take out, I'll show you them. They were already outperforming SILJ, and they were going closer to the zero line. So that could be good also for expecting a bounce up. But I like the ones that haven't really been forgotten, really underperforming, that crossing over zero. I really like that. And I have my distance for my 30-week moving average. You kind of see it here, but visual representation, I want them to be closing in on the 30-week average. I don't want to buy into FOMO. This is FOMO here when you're extended. Even here, the fear of missing out, greed, I'm extended. I want them when nobody wants them. Right here, when you get close to that 30-week average, see here was a great buying opportunity for Ascot Resources. That's what I'm going to be looking for. So, okay, so for this one, I left it here, but I want to give it as an example because I didn't quite like the it's still, see, it's already starting to expand away from the 30-week average right here, this candle here. So the best opportunity to buy was the even closing in here. So I don't know if the correction's done, but I would have rather buying here or even here, starting getting close to get out of the cloud right here. These is like nobody thinks is going to go out, but we got to put, you got to know that since we're in a precious metals bull market, that these, you could take chances a little early with these ones because they're the ones that can have the momentum from the precious metals going up, right? So you get a really extra entry early before everybody catches on, before that big breakout here. You could probably see when you have embryonic signals that you're about to explode. That's what you're looking for. So this one actually, it's kind of a little late, but this is the type of signal I would have want right here. And maybe here last week, guys, you could have the guys that went in, but this, you see, nice flag. It's going to consolidate. It's going to go higher. I put the log chart, and a lot of up room. So already this one is, is that my Fibonacci retracement? Retrace 23%, and some people maybe from that last move here, 50% off that last move right here. Retrace that, and a lot of up room. $1.17 goes up to $2, so it's like a one bagger already there. AOT, golden minerals, AUMN, same type of thing. Going back down here, closing in on letting that 30-week moving average catch up, creating a low risk entry, and right now underperforming the SILJ. But what I see here is it's making higher lows versus SILJ. So right here, nobody probably wants it. Volume diminishing, probably a great opportunity here as it's flagging right here for continuation and breakout. This one probably has a great entry right here. And I think that one is, you see, it's out of the Tmq cloud already. Look at that right here. So here was probably the best entry here. You see that 30-week average exploded. This is buying into fear, into fear of missing out. And right now we're approaching a potential entry area here. So how much has it pulled back? Close to 50% of that move right here. So this one is looking pretty sweet. 56 cents up already, those 2016 highs, $1.32. So that's a double from here. AUN, Orcana Silver, same type of thing. See, just getting out of the Ichimoku cloud. Yeah, the best entry for this one was right here, still outperforming slightly severely. Well, still outperforming SILJ. It's starting to wind down, getting close to that 30-week moving average. The best entries would have been here. So this one, you might want to let it consolidate a little bit. How low is it going to go? I don't know. But it's out of the Ichimoku cloud. And if it fails here, then you might get a better risk entry right here, testing that lower, that previous low. But it's out of the cloud. There's no overhead resistance defined on the weekly. 90 cents. What is it? 73 cents right now. Look at that log chart. And 2016 highs, $3.62. That would be your target. AXU, LXCO. And I left them in alphabetical order. So when I'll put in the description on in the YouTube, so it's easy for you guys if you want just a fast track in the video there. You know where you're situated pretty much. Oh, okay, this one's nice. So this one's starting to be forgotten. Underperforming the SILJ. Starting to create some bearish divergence. So the price action is still staying up. Underperforming SILJ. Volume going down. You want dwindling volume on those pullbacks. See, pullback here. So now it's getting close to that 3-week average, coiling nicely. It's about to test that weekly defined wall, so previous resistance turn support. So AXU, it's starting to get close to the buy area. Out of the Ichimoku cloud, 30-week average inclining, going up, nice work. $3.50 right here. And what's my high water mark? Probably get a double from here. get all the way up to 950, 930. Fremont. Again, another one that exploded, letting SILJ catch up to it. What I like is it's really starting to get really close to that 30-week average. Everybody's forgot about it. Low risk entry right here because that 30-week average in a nut trend in a bull market is very powerful. Out of the Ichimoku cloud, so now that's going to create some. We're starting to create some support here, and if this could bounce up, so start outperforming. See right here. Start resuming its outperformance of the SILJ. That'd be great. Higher lows, lower lows versus SILJ. So creating some divergence. This could be a nice setup in the making. 11 cents, 2016 highs, 20, the double, and maybe go up a little higher. It's hard to tell sometimes. Try to base on previous highs, but then guys say, oh, there was a reverse split, management change. I know I asked you guys for the to give me some reasons why, but for these penny stocks, so after the chart confirms what you thought about their fundamentals, good, added value for you, but it was too much information for me to consider into analyzing these. So I just decided to go old school, Stan Weinstein, classical charting, and see where the merits of the chart gave it some weight. So this one's coiling nicely right above a breakout line here, maybe head and shoulders inverse here, another one here. After that breakout, we're not even close to this resistance right here. And after that, let's see what that builds. Fremont. GSV, guys, GSV. This one's a beaut. Look at that. Starting to climb, starting to catch up to outperform SILJ right below. I love it. So once it crosses over the zero line, that's very strong momentum. It had a peak, and now letting the 30-week moving average catch up out of the Ichimoku cloud. I think this one is going to be ready really soon to explode out of that trend line, out of the Ichimoku cloud. Where's my resistance? Is that the resistance it hit here? So it's looking very nice. Once it starts outperforming there, it should gain a lot of steam. And this guy, 120 right now for GSV, and 2016 highs are not out of the realm of possibility for a double or triple from here. Lara, look at that, another one. Very close. This one, nobody likes it. Really underperforming the SILJ. Starting to create some bearish divergence right there. Price action, higher lows, closing in. Look, nobody wants it. Really close to the 30-week moving average. These are the entries. So that's really what I was trying to aim for. Stuff that people are imagining in their head that it's going to go to zero. But remember, you're in a precious bulls market. Even the ones having difficulties could get influx of capital and just go up. So on this one, I think it's pretty cheap right now, 73 cents. And maybe a double to 140 to get up here. Maybe more. The bull market's just starting. But this is like one day we're going to see these entries here. We're going to say, wow, look at this setup. Higher lows out of the Ichimoku cloud, above an incline 30-week average. I could have bought here. Well, you're approaching one of these areas right now. NVO, Novo. Underperforming. This thing outperformed the SILJ a lot back in 2017. Underperforming. Starting to angle upwards. Bearish divergence. Higher lows, probably hitting here some resistance right here. I don't have my volume defined profiling, but you're out of the Ichimoku cloud. You're starting to define some Ichimoku cloud defined support right here. Very close to that 30-week moving average, letting it catch up very nicely. So this one's, for me, it's a low risk, high reward entry, 347 right now. And then probably a high watermark at $8. So a double just to get the party started for Novo Resources. And XS Nexus. Look at that one. I suck. But look at that. It's starting slowly to catch up to SILJ performance. Now started outperforming it. And a lot of volume out of the Ichimoku cloud. hitting some weekly defined resistance. So is that going to correct some more? They all look alike, guys. They're all doing higher lows, and at the beginning, not far in an advance where you've been testing through average or that trend line for the 5th or 6th time. This is really beginning stuff, guys. Some of this you might look and say, Pat, look, they don't even have gold. They're frauds. Maybe, but the chart is that's what you want to play. See declining distance from 30-week average, so you're letting it catch up. This one's out of the cloud, so this is looks pretty sweet for an entry real soon. 10 cents in excess, and the upside, well, the upside is huge. Could get greedy, even say 347 one of these days, guys. Osprey Gold Development. Yeah, this one, I don't know, not a lot of volume maybe, but look at that, just stagnating. Man, why do I want to move? There you go. For its outperformance of its performance versus SILJ, but just crossed over higher lows above an inclining 30-week moving average. That's what I'm looking at. Just went over the zero line versus SILJ, and the distance from the 30-week moving average. Well, it was just a little bit before. So right here, you had a great entry, exploded higher, came close to that trend line. How far is it? Oh man, drag. I don't want lines. So that one's kind of distancing its way already, but yeah, I kept in the list because right now what I see is now you have a wall. So previous resistance turns support on the weekly chart. Look, this is a stage 2 in progress, guys. PLG, I think this is a platinum play, platinum group. Same thing. I know platinum, the metal is not, it's underperforming silver right now. So this might get a little early. It might get squished, might not have enough drive above it. I'm still comparing it to SILJ, turning down. So this one I'd probably wait. I kept in the list, but I think it doesn't really quite fit here. We could let it a chance, let that 30-moving average start gaining momentum, and really make sure that platinum is a metal that's going to support the move, guys. So PLJ, looking good, but not quite there yet. I don't want it in the list. Probe Metals, PRB. What do I have here? Underperforming SILJ again. See, I'm not taking stocks that have been outperforming for a while. So I want the potential. I want the crossing over. Higher lows versus SILJ. Price action, always higher lows. Look at that tight formation right here. So on the weekly chart, already a diagonal breakout line. It's probably hitting some weekly defined resistance right here. A conjecture, but always higher above the cloud. And this looks nice. I would really like, I don't know if the 30-moving average is going to get closer than that. Here was the last opportunity right here. When it got here, everybody's scared. I don't want it. That was probably the best entry right here in June. Exploded higher, consolidation. Very close. So maybe it's going to pull back a little lower. It's 150 and huge drop here. So I don't know what happened. So it's hard to tell if this was reverse split or whatever it was. But the high water mark maybe 550 up here. Rugby mining. I think this is a copper gold play. So same thing as platinum. The copper is doing good, but it's still underperforming silver and gold. So maybe this is a keeper for another time. Starting to outperform SILJ. Well, making higher lows, not outperforming yet. Closed in on its 30-week moving average after that huge breakout. Not quite out of the Tmq cloud. So this is really embryonic. But sometimes that's what you want. With these plays, you want to get really early. So I'm not quite sure this one. I'm going to include it. But it's getting close. You don't want it. See, right now, let's see how much did it pull back here from that move? I did 50% retrace. So even here with a great risk fear entry right here close to 50, the 30-week moving average. Yeah, I'll keep it in the list. SBM, Santa Barbara. This one's on the Australian Stock Exchange. Not quite out of the Ichimoku cloud. Look at that. SILJ starting to incline. Probably would like to see it cross over that zero line. What here, right here, doesn't get too close to its 30-week moving average, but it's getting tight. And what am I dealing with right here? So here's a weekly defined resistance that it hit. Higher lows, getting squeezed up. Is it gonna go this low? Here, there's a wall. So it's getting squeezed below. Here it had consolidation pattern, resistance, now turn support, nice flag. This might be as low as it goes, or else it could drop maybe a little bit lower to hit, get even closer to that 30-week moving average. And this another wall just a little bit below. Whoa. Right here, if it really goes worse. But what's gonna happen with time? You're gonna get out of the Ichimoku cloud. So once you're out, you're free. This thing's gonna fly 330, 349, 339 right now. And after that, that should ride all the way to $5 and then see what's up there. TLG, guys. 21 minutes already. We're almost done, guys. It's crazy, right? I wanted to do with the 144 in like a podcast or two. You still got to give the time for the chart, like the analysis there. This, I'm blitzing right now. I have a whole bunch of other tools I could use, but Stan usually it's pretty much a one-stop shop. You get a lot of you got the trend, 3-week average. You get to see if you're outperforming. Your Ichimoku cloud, great visuals to know if there's a resistance or support close by. So this is like almost a cheat. All right, so this one's advanced. This one, you see the pattern? This is where I would have loved to out of the Ichimoku cloud, really close to that 30-week average. But this one I left it in. There's a couple of like troll lists that I took out because I wanted to catch it here and not there. So you see all the other charts that I had that was hitting weekly defined resistance and they were pulling back and then, oh, Pat, it's going back down to zero. Well, technical analysis kicks in, right? Kicks in. Breakout. Now that's resistance. Previous resistance, now support, 30-week average. So you see then it bounced, didn't really get close enough, but that was a great entry right here. So I think that's another entry that's going to happen really close by it. So Troilus, keeping in the list, I could pull back just a little bit more. Let's see how much it pulled back from that last run. 50%. So from this low here to this high, pull back 50%. That could be mature for another leg up, guys. And start resuming its outperformance versus the SILJ. So Trellis could be a nice one, only $1.30. And after that, almost a double right here, 224. $1 up above to get back to those 2018 highs. Tmq Trilogy Metals. That one is one of the few, I don't know why I kept it, but because the 30-week moving average is declining. It's really close to that 30-week average. I'm seeing it now. I really want to see that start inclining versus SILJ. I'm really not sure about it. I'm not sure I like it that it's declining right here. Okay, that one's gone. Trilogy. Maybe I'm going to wait. Might sacrifice a few 10 cents or 20 cents. Make sure it breaks out above here, out of the cloud before getting in. All right, you're out. TNX. Tanzania Gold. See, this is like a troll list, but we're catching it on the first hit of weekly defined resistance. Look at that. Getting close to 3-week moving average. Starting to turn around. Going to start higher lows versus the SILJ. That's what you want. 30-week average going up. You're out of the Ichimoku cloud, and now that's Ichimoku cloud defined support. This thing might just be ending really close now. It's even here to here. How's that? 78% retracement right there from this move here. 78. If I go a little lower from the bottom here, 50%. Tanzania Gold looks pretty sweet, guys, to try and make another run above. Guys, a lot of people are going to wait for the breakout above this weekly defined resistance right here at 150, 140. So right now, getting in at 120, 119 is really, really sweet entry. 2016 highs, 190. That'd be your next stop. And this thing, wow, this thing used to be super duper high. So look at that when you zoom out. Look at that bull, higher lows, low risk entry right here, high reward, Tanzania Gold Corporation. America's Gold and Silver Corp. Same one as like, it looks like Trollus, right? Having a hard time. Pull back to the 30-week moving average. Man. It really starts, I would really like to see it turn around and start outperforming the SILJ again. So this one, it's going to be hard to enter unless you see it start turning upwards. That's one of the things Stan says. If the Mansfield relative strength is declining, never buy. Wait for it to start inclining to at least know the trend that you're outperforming SILJ is activated, even if you're below it. But right now, until this starts over, it's really a contrarian play to probably enter here. Really like to see it start turning around a little bit and then probably enter, because you're really close to that 30-week average. Everything sticks except this. It's underperforming just a little bit too much. But the potential for USS, higher time frame, or just zooming out, higher lows, nice base, and you're in the precious metal sector. So this is a question of time for this chart to start moving upwards. Wow, look at that, $28. So that could be a multi bagger in the works right there. VO, Valor Metal, guys. Last one. Timber. Oh, I see. That's what I want to start seeing with USAS, America's Silver Corp. What was the name of it? America's Gold and Silver Corporation. That's what I want to see right here. Just that tick. Just to show me that you want to start turning around. Lower highs, lower lows versus SILJ, but the price action staying strong. Right here, getting really close to that 30-week average. So the 30-week average is declining. So this is really embryonic. Here, don't want that. Here is my resistance line, higher lows, getting close to there. So contrarian play, right? Maybe when we get out of the Tmq cloud, we're a little bit early. After that, that's going to be a free roaming. It's already starting to define Tmq cloud define support right here. Contrarian play, really early, but that's what the goal of this was. Small stocks that haven't got, these are like the ones that the capital flows will start going in these eventually, and that's when you get in early. All the Barracks, the NEM, the Newmont, and all those, they're already high. They're testing their all-time high. This was a contrarian type of analysis to see how could we grab these ones early. And this one's another one that could be pretty sweet once we start maybe a week or two moving out of there. And then 20, 31 cents. I don't know. Look at this. 170 right here, up there. That's it, guys. I'm running out of breath. So 28 minutes in. That's the time it took to go through these. It's a lot of work. But combine that with your due diligence. Combine that with your fundamentals if you apply them. And you see these are embryonic that could explode at any moment, guys. All right. Take care. Ciao, guys.